Okay, here we are. It is going to be game number 2. Curious against Fly. The map, Ohana. The matchup, Zerg versus Zerg.
Yeah, Fly's going to be up in that upper left corner. We got Curious down in the lower right. Curious leads the series 1-0. He was on the brink of destruction in game number 1, but he held on.
I don't know how he held on so well, but he did, man. It feels like Fly, he overcommitted in the mineral line, and before that, a little bit sloppy micro when the drones were blocking the queens. Like, you need to, if the drones are on stop position, the queens are attacking you, you should hit, like, hold position on your lings to make sure you kill those drones off really quickly. Maybe target a couple down with your lings as well.
Instead of keeping them, like, running around all willy-nilly.
Yeah. You don't want them being all willy-nilly. You don't want them dilly-dallying. You bought those lings. They're yours. You make them work.
You purchased them.
Yeah.
It's an investment. And if you don't take care of that investment, your children don't go to college.
That's so true. That's so true. So
true. So if you learn anything from StarCraft, it's to keep track of your investments.
Yeah, you should have a nice portfolio and someone taking care of that for you, perhaps. Maybe you do your own. 1 second, guys. Okay.
All right, good
Sorry.
to go.
All right. Anyways, we have from Fly the pool first. Looks like Curious wants to go hatch first.
And Curious is a man that is not afraid to take risks. Not afraid at all.
No.
And he's also not afraid to mix it up. His last game, we saw him go for that very fast
Dude,
pool.
he is...
Quick aggression.
As a very wise man once told me, Curious is Honey Badger in this.
What a wise gentleman. Whoever came up with that statement.
He's probably handsome, too.
Probably very handsome.
All right, so... Here we are. It's, is this early pool going to do anything? Not likely. In fact, Fly is getting a later gas as well, so his speed is not even going to be up first. But he's going to have the queen first, so at least he's going to get his injects up. He's not really going to be too far behind, but Curious's build, a little bit better, but not quite as safe as Fly's was.
And, being behind that 4 larva really shouldn't hurt him too very much. Although, what this means is that Curious is going to be able to start both of his queens hand in hand.
That's right.
So he's, really only putting him behind by a single lone larva inject. But he's going to be a little farther ahead as far as the saturation goes out at that natural. Hasn't even bothered moving him away quite yet, even though that's likely not optimal currently up in the main.
Well, both players getting speed right now. You know, we talk about it a lot. You can look at the production tab, and even though they both open with different builds, you can still kind of look at it because, you know, the earlier hatch, while it's a little bit better economically, the queen isn't that far behind. So, still you can look at it, notice neither player is getting any super offensive structures. There you go. Curious throwing down the Baneling Nest. So, definitely the possibility that he will get aggressive coming up here, but quick Baneling Nest as well.
Did it.
So that means that they probably, unless someone mismicros a bit or misreads the situation, not likely they'll be able to kill each other.
Well, I'm actually questioning how aggressive they're really going to get with this, right? Because it almost seems like a knee-jerk defensive reaction. We can even see the spine crawler being added on over here from Fly, and all of the drones being added on from Curious. So I do not anticipate really big pushing either way.
Yeah, it looks like these are going to be some very defensive Baneling Nests. So where do these guys want to go from here? Are we going to see them go into Roach? Are we going to see them go into Muta? I think Curious is going to go up into Muta. Doesn't necessarily have to. Could be an Infestor build. Could be something else, but with the amount of drones he's made already, wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, maybe it's a bit of a role reversal. Just kidding. They're both getting a layer. They're actually just going to do the same build.
Basically, yeah.
Sickest ZVZ Mutalisk versus Mutalisk micro.
I love Muta versus Muta, actually. It's a lot like Phoenix versus Phoenix. Once you start going for the flying unit, you can't stop. And, guys, there's a lot of reasons for that. If you suddenly have less of the flying unit, Suddenly their flying units are going to overwhelm yours and kill all of them and have a ton left and kill you. Because it snowballs really quickly, especially in Muta versus Muta.
Yeah, because the glaives just bounce and bounce and bounce.
They do. So, oh no, Curious, he looks like he is going Infestor play. He's throwing down that Roach Horn. He's getting the Evolution Chamber, and that tells us he wants that +1 missile attack. There you go. He's going to be going for Infestor Roach. But Fly really looks like he's going to be Muta. So, I love watching these two strategies go against each other. Yes.
So the Spire has started over there for Fly.
Almost.
Wow, yeah. Well, oh man, that
cleanup squad.
That did not even connect with as many as I
expected. Yeah, no, he only connected with, what was that, 3 drones?
Yeah.
And he only killed one of them, so not the best Baneling.
Oh, they read our mind.
You know, those poor Banelings, man. They go in there trying to kill drones, screaming YOLO, and then sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Alright, so everything in this game only lives once, except for something.
Like Zealots.
I mean, I would associate Banelings more with Live Fast, Die Young. More than I would with anything else.
More than with YOLO.
Oh, yeah. Because everybody.
YOLO's the defining...
acronym of our generation?
No, not acronym. The defining philosophy of our time.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that Spire is going to finish pretty quickly here. That +1 missile attack and Roach Speed on the way. Third base is going up for Fly. Now, Fly with these mutas and the amount of links he has, he should be able to stop his hatchery from being canceled. And that's really going to be his goal here. Stop his hatchery from being canceled, go counterattack his opponent's hatchery, because there's not enough anti-air for Curious here. And once again, I feel like Fly may have gotten himself into a better position than Curious. Can he hold on this time, though?
Ooh, well, those two Banelings didn't need to be used.
Yeah. And,
Curious has Banelings of his own there. Oh, wow. Well, that wasn't a terribly good trade for him. Now, this is going to buy Curious probably enough time to defend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as he now has bought himself enough time. Or rather, Fly has spent so much time with those Mutalisks on a few roaches over there that now we're going to see those spores. The spores are being morphed.
They are being morphed, Rob Simpson. They are being morphed. And, I mean, are these mutas going to do too much damage? Probably not.
Or will they do too little damage? Oh, the Queen is out there.
Nice snipe on the Queen, even getting a creep tumor. In the meantime, notice that Fly is, in fact, going 1-1 and switching to Roach, but the Infestation Pit for Curie is going to be a bit quicker here, as expected. And he's actually going to send some more Roaches across the map. He wants to try to get that hatch again, perhaps.
Oh, getting in for the snipe on the Queen. No, doesn't finish the Queen and lost the Mutalist.
You know what? He sees the Roaches going towards his third, and he's decided that the only way to save that is to bring back the Mutas, which, you know, I think he's right. That's the only way, and I don't even know if it'll work.
He's got 18 Roaches on the way. I think that 15 of them should be finishing up. Whoa, it's not going to work. Oh, no.
So the fact that didn't work, that Queen had like 1 hit point. There was 1 Spore Crawler. He could have killed all that off with his Muta and caused a lot of trouble for Curious, but instead he's behind now.
Well, and probably all of the drones, too.
Yeah, the drones would have 100% had to run.
I think that Fly just needs to go mad offense here.
I think he needs to switch completely into Roaches and hit a 1-1 timing. I think that's his one chance here.
Oh, wow. Curious. What are Curious's upgrades? I know he has +1 attack.
Yeah, he doesn't get any carapace. Okay. So just he is getting that +2. He's going to have his Infestors out pretty soon. Not a lot.
Man. And as we all know, having +2 attack is better than 1-1.
Yes, it actually is. It scales much better.
Yeah, because Roaches can get that extra 2 attack per attack upgrade. Oh, he gets back and finishes off the Queen. I'm surprised that you can... I mean, maybe it's not a good idea. I don't know. Killing that Spore, there's only 1 Spore and there's nothing else that attack there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he might be afraid of Infestors coming in, but definitely, that's what I wanted him to do last time he was in there because, you know, the Infestors were a ways off. Yeah, and he
could have killed a lot of drones in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. But, I mean, he's still doing some decent harassment here. He's still got a good supply count. But, as you said, that upgrade better in Roach vs. Roach, that +2 over 1-1. But 2-2 on the way for Fly. Thing is, he doesn't have any Infestors. And, well, there's only 3 infestors out for his opponent, so... see how that treats him. Oh, God.
That's 3 more than... Whoa, that is no longer 3 infestors.
No, that's now 2 infestors. No, now he has a 3rd. Sorry, Rob. 3rd one popped out.
Oh, well, shucks. Well, that means that he actually had 4 when you said 3.
No, he had 3 at that point. It was building. Well, we do have some nice bungles going down. And Curious going to go ahead and surround this little piece of army of the Fly. And Fly's attack just not working out so far. He's continuing to pump out just pure Roach, but if you stay pure Roach on 3 base against someone that's going Roach Infestor on 3 base, the Roach Infestor should eventually win out. And in fact, we see Curious does have the supply lead right now.
Especially the longer amount of time that you have between battles. Like if you're able to fight in short bursts, the Infestors will continue to get ahead, right? Because you'll have more energy every time that you engage.
Yeah.
And free damage. I say free damage because it only costs you energy to do that damage, right? You don't have to actually endanger.
Yeah, the longer you can push it, for sure, which is why, you know, if you're going to try pure Roach against like a Roach Infestor, you're going to want to just move and do your timing and see if you can get them, because you're going to go back with no Infestors left. Even if they use up all their energy, they already have these Infestors. They're going to regain energy. And, I mean, both you're going to remake Roaches at a very similar rate.
Oh, he's almost able to kill. Oh, yes, does get one of the Infestors, but does not make it over to the second. 4 saves today. Curious was distracting the focus fire onto those Infestors as they burrowed underground.
Now, we're going to have another nice timing here for Fly. He's finishing up 2-2. It's going to be against 2-1. Yes, he doesn't have Infestors, but only 4 Infestors are out, and his mutas have been doing a good job of reducing the Infestor count. So,
yeah, at least a little bit.
That's over, I guess. He has just a couple left over. But, I mean, he has a ton of Roaches right now. In fact, he has 60 Roaches against 58, but those 4 Infestors with that close of a count are...
absolutely typical.
Yeah, that tips everything.
Unless the Infestors are not in the fight.
Yeah, if the Infestors aren't there, I guess that this goes a little bit better for him.
Oh, no, and they are not there. How unfortunate for Curious.
Indeed it is. He's making more Roaches at home as well as Infestors, but this army of Fly...
Fly, what are you doing?
Oh, it looks like he's turning around. He's afraid of...
Fly, go for that kill.
Yeah, I feel like he absolutely should. He may be able to rally out enough to kill that.
Well, Curious may actually have enough time here to get enough Roaches to make the tide even, and because the Infestors are back there, I don't know how much mileage we're going to see Curious get out of this. Oh, no. Oh, there are no more fungals remaining.
One Infestor did pop out, but we do have Fly coming down with even more Roaches now that he's held off the counterattack.
Whoa. That's a lot of additional Roaches coming out of here, and it doesn't look like Curious is going to be able to come back from this. Look at all of those Roaches just marching up into the natural. Fly could very well take a game off of Korea's StarTale.Curious.
It looks like it right now. I mean, he has just so many units down here. He has that slightly superior upgrade, and he continues to push forward. But Curious, he's playing very scrappily. Unfortunately, look at the supplies. 110 against 200. One of those players is more likely to win than the other.
One of these things just doesn't belong in the game anymore. Because over here, Curious has been smashed into oblivion. The supply count continues to dwindle. I think that Curious is sitting there scratching his head, much like us, because, whoa! Spider.Fly took game number 2, tying up the series 1-1.
That's a big win there for Fly. Don't forget, this is the loser bracket. If Curious goes out, he's the second Korean to go out. That's pretty early.
That is surprisingly early.